Hello, I'm Hope, and let's talk about the last season of Modern Family. Modern Family is a sitcom that ran for 11 years on ABC, right? Won 22 Emmys, 11 and 12 awards in total. Yeah, I don't really think it's that popular. I also think it's my favorite sitcom. Top 3 at least. It is so consistent throughout and so intelligently written. Well, that until the last season. Which is still well written, but not consistently. You see? Season 1 to 4 is where the show truly peaked. Seasons 5 to 7 are really good, and I won't lie, from season 8 is where, for me at least, it kind of goes downhill. But I can deal with seasons 8, 9 and 10. 11th though? Season 11 doesn't only feel dragged on, but also kind of rushed. It has the least amount of episodes. It has 18, while all the others have 24 or... I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. 22. 22. And it pains me to say that season 11 starts with Haley's babies.
It took us a while, but we finally named our babies.
This is Poppy because that's my favorite flower.
And this is George because he came out looking curious.
And I say that it brings pain to my little heart because, and no offense all of you Dylan lovers, if you really, really exist, I'm Team Andy. I have been, and I will always. Andy was the one. Andy was the right feel if they really wanted to go down that route. You cannot convince me that Dylan is like Phil. Dylan is so much dumber. I'll admit that in the last season, he was someone that you can count on. But he's not Andy. Call me biased. I am. I am biased. I genuinely didn't mind Arby for her either. I liked how it challenged her character. She seemed more eager than ever to get out to get out of her comfort zone and to learn new things. And then they ruined that too. Not only by ruining their chemistry, but also coupling him with Alex. My baby Alex deserves so much better than being second choice. Honestly, she deserved better in general. So in the first episode, the idea in the Dunphy house at least is that they all still live at home. Everyone is still kind of figuring out what to do with their lives. That's kind of the main focus in the first episode. We have Manny trying to get his ex-girlfriend back. We also don't see any development from Lily or Mitch or Cam. But in episode 2, we meet a potentially Emmy winner in the future, Bridget.
Far from the shallow now. In the shallow.
Honestly, also a Grammy winner with that voice. Please. You see what I mean with inconsistency? This is funny. The whole Bridget thing. Very funny. Cam getting jealous? Like it's ridiculous, you don't expect that. Great writing. And then it comes full circle with Mitchell getting jealous. Great writing! Same with Phil and Gloria. Although the writers always played with stereotypes in this show, and they never let it go for Gloria. But Sofia Vergara does such a great job in portraying her that I don't really mind it. Like it fits her, it fits the character. So Gloria and Phil share a very sweet moment.
You got the internship.
Oh, Phil, thank you so much. This is so exciting.
Like even their storyline in that episode. Funny, but funny exaggerated. You know. Also, definitely don't quote me on how I describe or define moments or actions or anything. I am not a professional, I am also learning. Just wanted to get that out of the way. We have episode 5, which is called The Last Halloween, which the name in itself is quite emotional. And it is the first time they do it in this season, but not the last. I noticed that in the last 4 seasons, the 5th episode was always the Halloween one. I also checked if it's the same for the rest of the seasons, and it is not. I think season 4 has another Halloween episode, which is also the 5th episode, and I think season 2, which is the 6th episode. Yeah. This is probably my favorite Halloween episode. And don't hold me on that because it is not true. But half of it I do actually enjoy.
Warm, maybe get rid of some of these blankets.
The build-up of Phil's prank, Halloween prank, so well thought, like, I don't know. It proves again how Phil and Claire balance each other out. But the storyline with Gloria realizing she's getting old.
Something horrible happened to me last weekend.
I'll just have the seafood salad.
Very good. And for your husband?
No, he's my husband.
That's what he said.
Fits her character, but meh. I also kind of wish Lily's party was a bigger part of the episode. I don't know, I just wanted to see how badly they can explore her character around her friends. But it was a sweet moment between her and her dads. So I'll give them that.
Okay, you're not a girl, you're not 12. What would you know about liking a boy who doesn't like you back?
Oh, honey.
I'm gonna get us some ice cream.
Okay, come here. Okay.
Oh, right. Am I forgetting something? Oh, remember Alex? I'm glad you do, because the writers didn't. Most of the time. That's how it feels in most episodes at least. Like they had all these plans for everyone and then realized something is missing. I wonder what. What? Stella! In this episode, they ended Alex's and Bill's relationship in such a stupid way. If you had this blocked out like I did, let me remind you. Bill breaks up with her when he finds out that she sent nudes to him, but actually it was his friend's phone. Like they made the difference between their intellect very obvious since they got together. But it worked and it had its charm. He was always respectful of her and her decisions, so they can't make it all of a sudden that he found it disrespectful of her. Not creepy Carl. I don't care if the actor had to leave. I don't care if he had a clause in his contract that said only 10 seconds of screen time. I don't care. I'm still not over it. I need to block this out again. But this is the second time this happens. This smart person, dumb person trope. And they ended both in the worst way possible. I don't want to comment on Luke and the older lady thing. It had its funny moments.
We blew him up. Are you not getting it? It's kind of subtle, so...
That was my house.
But overall, so unnecessary. While we get through the last Thanksgiving and the last Christmas of the show in this season. These names, they are mean. One thing I really appreciate about this season is how they've done first seasons and the last season's parallels.
You hit me on purpose.
Don't be ridiculous.
You just what, Jay? Thought it'd be fun to fly a plane into my face? What kind of monster does that to another human being? Woo! Woo! I love it!
Because it felt coming full circle. Not the full circle I necessarily wanted, but a full circle. I feel like I haven't talked about Jay, and honestly I believe he was the writer's favorite character to write because he had the biggest development as a character, and because of that became, I would say, my favorite character in the series. The actor Ed O'Neill, so good. I don't really have much to say about that. Just so good. All the actors, honestly, they all deserved recognitions for their roles. But Ed was just so great in Jay's shoes that now if I ever see him in another show or a movie, it would just feel really weird.
Look, I know Joe wanted to be with his friends tonight, but he'll definitely want to spend another Halloween with his dad.
How do you know that?
Kids have a way of coming back. Even if they have to make up a dumb reason to do it.
Happy Halloween, kid.
In the Thanksgiving episode is the weird storyline with Cam about who'd get a friend group if Cam and Mitch ever break up.
It's my fault for
loving him too much.
You can do so much better.
You turned everyone against me.
Because in a breakup, friends choose a side, and I'm more fragile, and I would need them more. I was just preparing for an emergency. I didn't yell at you when you bought that earthquake kit.
Cam and Manny really fighting for my least favorite characters, just saying. Also, isn't Thanksgiving about being with your family? Because I didn't see Lily once in this episode. But in the Christmas episode, it felt like the writers finally remembered everyone's personalities. I loved Haley in this episode, it was so funny.
Cam, I forgot my phone in my car, and I want to take a boomerang of being my favorite uncle at his gorgeous Christmas dinner. Can I use yours?
Well, that's very flattering, but I'm a little busy with...
5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, ooh. It's gonna be huge. I'm gonna text it to myself.
Okay, well, thank you.
We're in. Bring the wine.
Ooh, do Lily next. I'm worried she's vaping.
It's also the first episode where we see all of them being challenged with the thought of them being separated as a family. And for us as viewers, it's the first time we actually feel like the whole show is coming to an end.
Yes, I do. I break up families. I'm Liz Taylor.
Why is it never a man?
For what it's worth, Uncle Cam, my company has an office in New York, and I said I'd be open to transferring, so I could easily break up the family.
You never mentioned this to us.
Yeah, and I told Nerp that I would be open to working in the Paris office. I mean, Dylan and I have always wanted to live there.
Wait, you take the babies to France?
We've talked about it. Sorry, I get nervous when you're all looking at me.
And I applied to the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts in London. I could end up there.
Yeah, that's a real possibility. Listen, if everyone's taking off, maybe we buy that house in Palm Springs, spend a little more time there.
And that means next Christmas would be me and Phil and some sad little ham.
Oh, wouldn't Joe go with Grandpa and Gloria? Sorry, sweetie. I'm just drunk and upset.
We have the finale, which is split in 2 episodes, and we actually end, but we start the episodes with Cam and Mitch moving into the new house. A beautiful house, may I add, which they actually leave behind because they start their new life in Missouri.
So, you were never going to tell me you got offered the job?
It's just that you seem so happy, and I couldn't ask you to give that up.
Cam, you've been wanting to move closer to your family for years, and this is your dream job. No, this is my chance to be there for you.
And Mitch and Lily are being supportive, and I think that's really nice. Honestly, I think it's the second best outcome of this finale. If we take them as families, not as individuals. They got the second best ending. Stay tuned to find out who got the best. Haha. In the Dunphy house, it's kinda crowded. 8 people are living in it. So naturally, Claire and Phil want one of the kids to move out. But in the end, they all do. So that leaves Claire and Phil to take the RV on a big trip and forget about them kids and live their life happily. Not really. But if we talk individually in the Dunphy house, we have Haley and Dylan who move into Mitch and Cam's old house. We also have Luke who goes to college. And we have Alex who goes to Switzerland to work with Arvin.
I think I know what you're trying to say. It appears there's some romantic tension between us, and you're afraid that once I sign my contract, we won't be able to act on it.
Actually, I was just going to tell you that our project has been moved to Switzerland.
And they stayed friends forever. That's it. Never more than that. Just friends. With that ending, then Alex got the best one, right? Honestly, they really ruined Haley for me in the last 2 seasons. The fact that it took them till the last episode to move them out and make them form their little family. She had so much potential. She loved fashion and she was really good at it. She was just beginning her life. And then she had kids, which would have been fine if they didn't tease me with her character development. In the Pritchett house, Manny decides to travel the world. And I think it shows how they didn't know how to handle his character at all. They didn't know what to do with Manny after season 6. But I'm just putting out there, after season 6, Manny is just not my favorite. And Gloria is focused on her work while Jay supports her. And then we have probably my favorite shot of the whole season, with all of the house's lights getting turned off. But at the Dunphy house, they turn it back on because what Phil said.
They're really leaving. What do we do?
What people have always done. Leave the porch light on. They come back.
It can make me cry right now, I'm not kidding. That was the peak of this season. Did I want different endings for some characters? Yes. But I also can't deny what this show meant to me and how great it can be. Like, I can still rewatch it over and over and over again and still not get bored of it. I don't know if I touched every subject that I wanted to, or if I spoke about every single detail that I wanted to, but I think I said mostly everything that I wanted to say. So let me know how you felt about the last season, all the whole show in general. Please subscribe and like the video. See ya!